Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I've not done this one before, but I remember reviewing it a lot of times. That being Friday the 13th Part 2. Now before I get anyone saying, you've reviewed that loads of times, yes, but not talking about the uncut Friday the 13th Part 2. Apparently on YouTube there's a bold of features, believe it or not, that was shown in 1981, original footage, what was by the wonderful BFC, not BBC, it was a BBC then, the BFC, meaning Board of Censorship. Now, the BFC, as we know, is the American Board of Censorship, or even censorship. And apparently, Friday the 13th Part 2, like most of the Friday the 13s, was trimmed down, meaning it was cut down, it was cut to shit. It was cut to shit. And this is what makes me laugh about when they was boasting about the original Friday the 13th coming out on DVD, uncut, in its tap, because when you think about it, it's not really a lot to cut out of the first Friday the 13th. Okay, there's a bit where Devin Peakin has the spear in his neck, and a bit in the uncut one, there's a bit more blood sturting out. There's a bit with his Durfen gets the axe on his head. And remember that there's a lot more with its inner head. There's a bit where the Dirk gets a fault slit, see a bit more of that. That's about it. That is about it in the original Friday the 13th. There's barely anything that cut out, but in the second Friday the 13th, in the second one, there was a lot more. That there's a scene where, if I remember rightly, Alice, played by Adrian King, well, remember the scene where she gets the ice pick in her head? There's a bit more where you see her torso up, it's like that, and there's a bit sticking out of her nose, and you actually see her die. There's a bit where Chafee Ralph, remember Chafee Ralph, the annoying fucker? Well, there's a bit where he gets the bad vie around his neck. There's a lot more where you see it pulling onto his jugular and he chokes. The bit where the copper is in the house, he gets the hammer on his head. There's a bit more where you see him falling down dead. The bit where the guy's hung up on the tree and you felt his throat get slit. Well, in the uncut one, you see a bit more of the throat getting slit and blood squirting out everywhere. So that's a lot more graphic. But I think the best one of all, and this is uncut, the best one of all. Remember the bit where the couple are bonking? And I swear, I fucking swear, I don't care what they say, I swear there was a copy of this from a Bay of Blood. You remember me reviewing Bay of Blood where they were bonking and the spear in the back? Well, in this, it's definitely a lot more graphic on the uncut one. I say it again, it's a lot more graphic on the uncut one because they're on the bed, the spear goes in, she going more in, she hit the wood, you see the girl screaming in agony there, the boy screaming in agony, the spear going more in, the both screaming in agony, it's going more in, and then they're dead. But I remember on the original video cover, you do actually see that picture. Some video covers, you do actually see that, but as we know, in icons there, sad to say, with the MPA, Board of Censorship, cut out. You only see the spear go in and then the dead. But on the uncut one, the full on uncut one, you see the spear going in the back. It's hard to explain, but it's like I said. You see it going in the back, it's going more in the back, the door's steaming, it's going more in, and then they're fucking dead. I felt if they kept that in, that would have had more of an impact. In all fairness, that would have had more of an impact and made the death more in your face. And the last but least, the other death scene is the door with the guy in the wheelchair. Well, there's a bit more where he comes out, Jason. You see the body of the one who got speared in the back, and it's a lot more of her getting stabbed, and her death was a lot more slow, a lot more agonising. And again, that had more of a punch. So yeah, I felt the uncut scenes would have had a bit more of an impact. It proved that Jason's a character you don't want to fuck with, and it would have more of an impact. The only bit I wouldn't have wanted to see is Alice get killed. I mean, it's bad enough in the court one with the ice pick in the head, but to see her fate after all what she went through in number one, remember me effing and deffing, you remember me going mad over that. I felt they didn't need to see that, so because I see where that's Tim down, with the ice pick in the head, just like that, and you see the spear coming out of her nose. I kind of see why that was Tim down because all what she went for in number one. Now I do know there was original photos where you do see like the rotting body. You guess you guess is Alice because you do see the spear in the head there, and it's sticking out the nose there. What makes me laugh with the spear wasn't that big in the ice pick. What was it? What was it? Did Jason steal the ice pick of fucking Silent Stone and just shagging and ice picking people to death on basic instincts? Give me a fucking break. So you do. There's a deleted photo somewhere. I shit you not, where it actually shows the after shots of that with her body there and there, but was sadly deleted out. It was cut out. But again, this is one I would love to see in its chat, totally uncut, Friday the 13th part two in its chat. Especially that bed team where the bonking, the spear goes in, it's more traffic, it's more brutal, you fucking feel for them, because you've got to like that couple, and make the girls like pretty to look at, they're not a nice pair. But you know what I mean, to see that would have been more of an impact. But again, the wonderful board censorship, the MPA had a field day. It wasn't just that. It wasn't just that, it was every Friday the fucking 13 after that. The third one was slightly trimmed, but not as much. The fourth one, I'll have to talk about that one day. That was totally fucking trimmed down. The deaths in that, like the dirt in the dinghy and the thing going in the back, that was more brutal. The fifth one wasn't as trimmed down, but again, still a little bit more brutal than what we got to see. The sixth one wasn't as trimmed down. There's a few bits here and there, but you're not missing much in the uncut one or the censored one. The worstest one, and I will fucking say this, the worstest one has to be that. The seventh one, the MPA compete and utter massacred the poor director's work. And the directors, we know, you're doing his Friday the 13th part 7, New Blood. He never got to see his film. Even he admitted before he may rest in peace. Even he admitted that they literally raped, and I fucking say that word, I love that word. They literally fucking raped his film. And he's right, they raped it. The MPA had a field day with the 7th, Friday the 13th, A New Blood. They had a fucking field day. They literally cut the film to fucking shit. They went, cut that film to shit, and that's a film and all that could ever get uncut. I'd love to see. I'd love to see that film in its fucking sat. I do know on the eighth one, again, not as cut, but this is supposed to be a scene where a guy has these darts in his eyeballs. The MPA saw it, cut it. I do remember in the fifth Friday the 13th, remember the dude who that's that song, There's an angel and a man in his eyes. It's just like duff dance. With a bit where the guy gets her by the neck, drags her by the neck, and you see him stab her in the duck. Well, originally, that was not in the duck, people. That was not in the duck. That was actually in the fads. Not being dirty, not being dirty minded. That was actually down there where she got stabbed, right in the fads. Because there's an interesting biography, right? This is a good biography where she sat down, she's got fake blood all near her legs. You've wonderful blood of the MPA. Walked the toss, they saw that, I said, that's going to get cut. And then walked off. And then they had to open the seam, and instead of it being down there, it was in a fucking duck. So, you know what I mean? I'd say to the MPA is, fuck you very much. Fuck you with every fibre in my bone, get 500 STDs and go fuck yourselves. Because I think myself, Friday the 13th, part 2, that's one I'd love to see uncut, the bed scene. Danny the ice pick scene, did you see that? I mean, I love Darius. You know what I mean? Asian King, yeah, Asian King as Aris. I mean, I like that character, and after all what she went through in number one to get that, I felt that was a bit shitty. You already heard what I think of that, but the others, I felt that would have been more of an impact. It would have been more of a punch as I would have kept it uncut. But that's Friday the 13th, part 2, uncut. You can find them on YouTube now. Type it in, just type in Friday the 13th, part 2, uncut, and it'll show you all the uncut kills. And I told you, it's just a same. It is a fucking shame they never actually had the looks of making an uncut. This is one, right? This is one I will say. They've done it on My Bloody Father Time. Why don't they do it on every Friday the 13th? Please, I'm begging Paramount, because Paramount have never had the respect for any of the Friday the 13th. So I'm begging them on this occasion. Bring out a special stunned uncut version of Friday the 13th, part 2. We had all the cut down bits back in the film, and Daddy, anyone who's a big fan of any of the Friday the 13th movies, I swear they'll lap that up. Even the third one, even though it's not as much cut down in that as what is in the second one, bring it out. The fourth one, bring that totally uncut out. I'd love to get that, because that does have a lot more of an impact when it gets to the kills. Bring them uncut. Please. Please, I'm begging Paramount here. I'm begging them with sugar on top. Bring them out uncut, because they will have a hell of a lot of a punch when it comes to the death scenes in the Friday the 13th. But you know, we're in this era now, it's all PC and it's pussified, so we'll probably never have the luxury of seeing it. But if you ever type in Friday the 13th, part 2, uncut, you'll probably have the luxury of seeing it on YouTube. Picture's not the best because it's been cut for this, but it'd be interesting to see what it would have originated. And just imagine, people, just imagine what that would have been like if you had the luxury of seeing that uncut. What more of an impact that would have been in the film, and the MPA would not have got their fucking mix on it. But it is what it is. But into them, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later.